It has new growth on it. If they could talk, they could tell us a lot.
Like their centuries-old live oaks, the Jordan family's roots run deep on this land.
Been in the family ever since about 1870. My great-grandfather established it. Johann Friedrich Gottlieb Strigler. Isn't that right?
Right.
I get the names mixed up sometimes. It's been divided and subdivided since then down to where we have 135 acres here that you're looking at now.
In the time they've lived here, Bruce and Bernice Jordan have seen dramatic changes in the landscape around them.
When we first came here in 1938, it was all strictly rural and everything was farming just about. And now it's gone into subdivision and development and
Commercialism.
Just not economically feasible to farm anymore.
A familiar challenge to big cities, urban sprawl is now invading the quiet countryside.
And it's reaching out every direction out of Fredericksburg.
In rapidly growing states like Texas, sprawling growth around small cities and towns is making it increasingly difficult for rural areas to remain rural.
It's ever-changing.
Though the Jordans' land is 7 miles from the town of Fredericksburg, the town is gradually growing out to them.
Stretching from clean across from way over there to here. They've built barns and sales rooms. There's always a lot of cars parked down there, and they have a very large parking lot and a lot of traffic there.
The Jordans have worried what these changes might mean for them and the future of their hill country home.
Well, I think it's just going to be a continuing process of chopping, making places smaller, and smaller places automatically crowd out wildlife because there's more houses, more developments. And I've often wondered what would happen to the place after we're gone. You know, a person can't help but wonder about those things. Like I say, there's no heirs, so somebody's going to have to look after it.
Texas Land Trust Council.
No one is more familiar with the Jordans' predicament than Carolyn Vogel.
Nationally, I believe the figure is over 1 million acres a year lost to development. 1 million acres of farmland, ranch land, and in Texas that figure is 280 square miles a year. I didn't coin this phrase, but asphalt is a permanent crop. A land trust can be either a government or a nonprofit charitable organization directly involved in land conservation and protection.
Land trusts form to protect resources ranging from open space and agricultural lands to wildlife habitat and watersheds.
Kind of down a little bit since the droughts come on.
Land trusts often negotiate agreements called conservation easements with interested landowners.
A conservation easement is a legal document, much like a deed restriction, but it's basically a way for landowners to preserve the values that they cherish the most in their land.
They've already got Lake Superior, so this would be Lake Inferior.
The Jordans decided that the best way to keep their land intact was through a conservation easement. With the guidance of the Hill Country Land Trust, the Jordans have now ensured that their land will never be subdivided or commercially developed.
We recognize that it's important for the hill country to grow. It's just that the Jordans have felt that they don't want development here. I personally feel that landowners have the right to do with their land what they want to do, and this is just another way for them to do it. There could be 100 homes on this property, and instead it's going to be 2 homes forever.
There's a good word, I can't think of it, perpetuity or something.
Perpetuity, I think.
Not only does a conservation easement never expire, it often has a nice side effect of lowering taxes, though that wasn't what motivated the Jordans.
Most of them went in for the tax benefits, but we were strictly in for the wildlife preservation. That was the basic core of the whole thing. I think that a lot of people, they inherit land, they can't afford to pay the inheritance tax a lot of times, so they're forced to sell.
However, legally guarding land against development through a conservation easement can substantially lower estate, property, and income taxes. This is especially true near large cities. 30 miles west of Houston, the town of Katy is a town in transition. Once a haven for rice farmers, Katy now has a new cash crop: development. And this urbanization is rapidly replacing open prairie, vital for water and wildlife, as well as for farming and ranching.
My name is David Nelson. I live in Katy, Texas. Lived here all my life. Over the years, I've just slowly seen, nice pastures or rice fields go into concrete and houses. And the country in me don't like that.
The Nelson family has been farming here since 1939. And since then, the business of farming has changed as much as the land itself.
I've seen a lot of friends go out of farming business. Several things has made it harder to farm. One is the urbanization, we call it. Farmers don't have very many retirement plans. We don't have 401ks and stuff. And most of the time, our retirement is built up in our investment in real estate. Strictly from the economics of it, I'd have made more money if I could have sold it to a developer for a lot higher price. But that wasn't going to happen. So in our way of thinking, the next best thing was to sell it to someone that could keep it in agriculture in undeveloped state.
Through an agreement with the Katy Prairie Conservancy, the Nelsons have sold their land, but continue to lease it for farming.
They basically let me do what I've always done. It worked good for us.
And for wildlife in the area, it's been good as well. Through lease, purchase, and donated easements, land trusts have preserved over 10,000 acres of habitat on the Katy Prairie alone, and now protect roughly 1 million acres in Texas. And it's a growing trend. At a conference of the National Land Trust Alliance recently held in Austin, landowners and conservation professionals gathered to learn more about land trusts and tools like conservation easements.
If you care about your land, you can't just do nothing. You have to do some planning. What that planning is different for everybody.
1,800 people attended the conference, a good sign that the concept of preserving land through these innovative partnerships is gaining momentum.
The value was $2 million. The easement gave up development rights. The property was worth $1 million when she died. If she didn't do anything, that land would have had to been sold to pay the estate tax. But she put a conservation easement on it and she knocked the value down.
And in one session on preserving family lands, Bruce and Bernice Jordan shared their experiences in donating a conservation easement.
I haven't heard anything bad yet. People say, why did you do it? But I think it's out of curiosity more than horror,
Land trusts and conservation easements may never stop fragmentation of the landscape, but one family at a time, they can begin to preserve threatened farm and ranch lands, wildlife habitat, and open space that might otherwise be lost forever.
I feel better about it.
For folks like the Jordans, it is about both the past and the future.
Well, I kind of figured I owed it to my grandpa to kind of keep it in one piece as much as I could. I'm pretty sure he kind of had a feeling for the place, and because he lived on all his life. So I think
He would appreciate it.
he'd appreciate it. You've done something for the wildlife and for the future of the land.
This is the best we could do to be good stewards of the land.
To learn more about protecting private land through land trusts and conservation easements, contact the Texas Land Trust Council.